everyone. Ready for something really different today. We're going deep on this thing called the cave mode protocol.
Cave mode protocol.
Yeah. It's like this wild 6-month plan for totally transforming yourself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it all comes from this podcast episode I heard, Breaking Free from the Rat Race. The hosts are Jake and Emma. And get this, it's based on like Plato's Allegory of the Cave.
No way. The cave thing.
Yep. It's all about escaping illusions and like reaching your true potential.
Huh. That's a pretty powerful idea.
Right. Just picture yourself like 6 months from now, but completely different.
I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Totally. But they don't just talk philosophy, they give you like a real plan to follow.
Oh, this is practical too.
Totally. And they start with something I bet you'd never guess, building physical strength.
Wait, really? I wouldn't have thought of that.
Me neither. It's like the foundation for everything else, they say.
Huh. I'm kind of skeptical about it.
I was too at first, but then...
Then what?
Well, when you think about it, a strong body means more energy, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And like sharper focus and the ability to bounce back from setbacks.
Yeah, I guess those are pretty important for, like, anything you want to achieve.
Exactly. I know for me, if I'm feeling all sluggish, it's way harder to get anything done, let alone stay motivated.
For sure.
But they're not saying we got to become gym rats or anything, are they?
Oh, no, not at all. They're all about finding something you actually enjoy.
Ew.
Yeah, and something you can stick with, right? Could be hiking, dancing, rock climbing, whatever.
Oh, that makes me feel better.
As long as it gets you moving and feeling energized.
Makes sense. So we've got the body taken care of.
Uh-huh.
What's next?
Okay, so next up is taming the mind.
Ooh, that sounds tough.
It is, especially these days, right? We're all so distracted.
Tell me about it. Sometimes it feels like impossible to focus.
Yeah, and Jake and Emma totally get that. They talk about it a lot in their episode.
Oh, they do?
Oh, yeah.
What do they say?
Well, they explain that it's not just in our heads. Like, there's actually a biological reason for all the distraction.
Whoa, really?
It's like our brains get hooked on those little dopamine hits.
Dopamine hits.
Yeah, from social media, notifications, anything that gives us that easy stimulation.
I know exactly what you mean.
Right. They even have a name for it.
What is it?
They call them dopamine traps, which I think is so clever.
It's dopamine traps. That's perfect. It's so true.
Right. And the problem is those quick hits make it harder for us to actually focus on what matters,
Yeah, like our long-term goals and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We end up just chasing the next notification instead of, actually go after what we really want.
That's scary. So how does cave mode help with that?
Well, it's all about consciously reducing those dopamine traps.
Oh, okay.
Like becoming aware of how you're spending your time and energy, and then redirecting those resources towards things that actually align with your values.
So you're saying it's about like being more intentional.
Exactly. And I actually give some really practical strategies for doing that.
Oh, cool. Like what?
Well, one they mentioned is something called temptation bundling.
Temptation bundling. Never heard of it.
It's basically pairing something you have to do with something you actually enjoy doing.
Oh, interesting.
Like maybe you only let yourself listen to your favorite podcast while you're working out.
Oh, okay.
Or you only watch that show you love while you're like doing chores.
That's smart.
Yeah, suddenly those tasks become way more appealing.
Yeah. Totally. Okay, so we've got the body moving, the mind focused.
Yep.
What's the next piece of this puzzle?
This one's all about sharpening the intellect.
You're right. Sounds brainy.
But it's not just about, like, reading a book,
Hmm.
They emphasize active learning.
Oh, yeah. I remember them talking about that in the podcast.
It really stood out to me, too. Like, they made such a strong case for really engaging with the material, taking notes, actually wrestling with the ideas.
Right. It's not about passive consumption. It's about, like, building knowledge you can actually use.
Exactly. And what I found fascinating is how they connected this to confidence.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they were saying the more you invest in knowledge, the more capable you feel.
That makes sense.
And that, like, empowers you to take on bigger challenges.
Yeah, it's like a cycle.
Totally. Learning fuels confidence, confidence fuels more learning, and so on.
Imagine having the knowledge and skills to, like, confidently tackle any problem that comes your way.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be incredible. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Besides the 3 core pillars, cave mode lets you personalize things.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the things that sets it apart from other personal development programs.
It's not like one size fits all, you know?
Totally.
So you get to choose, like, 3 additional goals tailored to what you actually want.
That's so cool.
Right, like, want to learn a new language, start a business, master a musical instrument. It's all up for grabs.
This is where you get to, like, really make the protocol your own and focus on what matters most to you.
Love that.
So it takes, what could be kind of a rigid thing and makes it really flexible.
Right, I like that.
But, there's a catch.
Oh, what's that?
Jake and Emma don't sugarcoat it. This cave mode thing is intense.
Oh yeah, they definitely made that clear.
They're very upfront about the commitment it takes. It's not for everyone.
Yeah, not for the faint of heart, for sure.
And that intensity, it kind of connects back to that whole allegory of the cave thing, don't you think?
In what way?
Well, breaking free from those distractions, all those comfortable illusions that hold us back, that takes serious effort. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And willingness to be uncomfortable.
Exactly. And they're saying, like, that's where the real growth happens.
Makes sense.
Pushing past your limits, that's where the transformation is.
So true. But let's be real, change is hard.
It is, yeah.
Do they give any advice on, like, how to stick with it when things get tough?
They do. And it's something I think a lot of people don't really think about.
Oh. What is it?
Public commitment.
Public commitment.
Yeah, they talk about how telling other people about your goals, it, like, increases your accountability.
Oh, I can see that.
Right. It's like having this built-in support system.
Yeah, like people cheering you on.
Exactly. It's so much easier to stay motivated when you know you've got people watching and rooting for you.
And it might even, like, inspire those people to start their own journeys, too.
Totally. Like a ripple effect of positive change.
Yes, it.
So if you're really serious about transforming yourself, this could be the push you need.
Yeah, what are you waiting for, right?
Exactly. What would your cave mode journey look like?
That's the question, isn't it?
What illusions are you ready to break free from?
Those are some great questions to think about. I like that.
What strikes me about this whole cave mode thing is it's not even really about, like, a specific result. It's about developing a certain mindset,
Oh, okay. Explain that.
like a mindset of constantly growing, pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone, embracing the challenge of change.
I see what you mean.
It's not about reaching some destination. It's about the journey itself.
That's a cool way to look at it.
Who knows, maybe 6 months from now, you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come just by, like, committing to that journey.
I love that. Okay, before we wrap up this deep dive on cave mode, let's just quickly recap everything we've covered.
Sure, so we talked about those 4 main pillars, right?
Strengthening the body,
Yep. Taming the mind,
sharpening the intellect.
and then that cool part where you get to pick your own personalized goals.
Right, I love that.
And the overall philosophy, like focused effort over time, equals real transformation.
Right, it's all about consistency and commitment. No magic bullets here.
Exactly. And of course, that public accountability piece, got to keep each other moving forward,
So important.
especially when those old illusions try to, like, pull us back into the cave.
So, as we leave you to think about your own potential cave mode journey,
That's one small step you can take today to get started.
yeah, what one thing?
Doesn't have to be huge, just something to get the ball rolling.
Like picking a physical activity you enjoy.
Or maybe silencing those notifications for a while.
Ooh, good one.
Or picking up that book you've been meaning to read.
Just something small, right?
Yeah, any little action can create some serious momentum.
Such a good reminder. And who knows, that small step might lead to 6 months of incredible growth.
Exactly. That's the magic of it.
You never know what this journey might bring. That's the beauty of personal development, right?
Yeah,
So much possibility.
I know. It's exciting.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for our deep dive today on the cave mode protocol.
But hey,
Yeah,
the exploration doesn't stop here, right?
you got that right.
Keep that curiosity going, stay motivated.
Yeah, keep pushing to become the best version of yourself.
Exactly.
We'll be back soon with more deep dives into these fascinating ideas,
Oh yeah, we've got some good ones coming up.
helping you level up your life.
Until then, keep exploring.
See you soon.